Team South Africa is on its way to the Tokyo Olympics, and if studies are anything to go by, the athletes might do well to incorporate some Rooibos tea into their diet. Now, new studies show that the tea can have performance-enhancing benefits. Joining us to discuss these findings is Professor Simeon Davies, Head of Sports Management at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. Now, Prof, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Now, you guys say that there are several performance-enhancing benefits, and you have also mentioned specifically for athletes. Can you enlighten us on these benefits and how they are specifically beneficial to the athletes?
Yeah, thank you for having me on the program. This is the second major clinical study we've done on Rooibos. In the previous study, we looked at sort of upper body exertion to exhaustion. And in that study, we found that under certain conditions, there was around a 5% performance increase when the participants were supplementing with Rooibos. And this most recent study, we looked at a lower body exercise. So we utilized a static bicycle, the sort of thing you would see in a gym. And then we measured the metabolic cardiovascular function of the person, and we also took blood samples. What we found in the more recent study was that we had some extremely interesting results. And I think one of the things we're aware of, particularly if you're an athlete or somebody who performs and trains a great deal, is much of your exercise is at a sub-maximal level. So it's kind of interesting to see what happens there. So part of the study was around a sub-maximal test, up to about 80% of the individual's performance or maximal aerobic capacity. And then we didn't make them, we asked them, to do the participants to do 10 maximal 10-second sprints. And that was to induce a level, or if you like, of exhaustion. And the trends in this second study are similar to the one, the findings we found in the first, and as much there seem to be performance benefits. There is variability between individuals, and the interesting thing is because we've been able to look at the blood samples afterwards, we can see to what degree there's been inflammation in the body, to what degree there's been muscle damage.
So, Prof, just back to the athletes as well as those individuals who do train in gym. You have said that the antioxidants in Rooibos help with a few things, specifically with muscular damage. I want to mention that, muscular damage, fatigue and soreness. So as someone who goes to gym, I'm a firm believer in slow mags. It really, really saves everybody's lives. So how will Rooibos assist with those things that I've mentioned now, to alleviate it rather?
Yeah, well, that's the kind of interesting thing. Rooibos is a very unique, as we know, traditional herbal tea. It has a long history of usage in South Africa, and its unique antioxidants, or its bioactive compounds, such as the polyphenols and the flavonoids, and the way they work together, have a very beneficial effect for people who stress the body and put it under oxidative stress. And the redox status, in other words, the ability of the individual to get back to like a normal level, is enhanced from the findings we've had when the athletes or the participants have supplemented with Rooibos. The implication there is that it allows somebody the chance to train with greater repetition, like day after day, rather than having rest days, if you like, to recover from the inflammation and potential muscle damage that might happen if you were training particularly hard.
So would it have any effects rather on any other supplements that athletes might be taking? Individuals in that profession, they train so hard that there's other things that they are taking, and there's things that they shouldn't be taking that could result in them being banned from their sport. So can they still take Rooibos in conjunction with their other supplements?
Absolutely, and I think obviously we need to remember that in this particular study we asked all the participants to refrain from taking any other supplements, proteins or whatever it might be, so that we had a good idea of their diet, and that was kind of, if you like, normal. And the only thing that may have been different between the two tests, when the subjects were ingesting a placebo for the exercise test, or whether they ingested the Rooibos before the exercise test, was the effect, hypothetically, we were expecting with the Rooibos. So how it works with other supplements is not clear. But what I can say, it's caffeine free, it's very low in tannins, it's a very good way of hydrating yourself, and so therefore there shouldn't be any reason whatsoever that one shouldn't really look at supplementing with Rooibos tea.